Hey out there. So this video is about the top 3 things that I've learned in life that I believe I would impart on someone else, that I would share. The 3 greatest lessons of life that I've learned. Shout out to a viewer, Khalid, who asked me to make a video about that, the top 3 things I've learned, and I think it's valuable to document. I share it in just about all of my videos in some way or form, these 3 things, but I'll share them, and here they go. The number one thing in that order, top priority, self-care. And that includes mind, body, and soul. With your body, I believe a plant-based diet. Okay, doesn't have to be vegetarian, doesn't have to be vegan, but plant-based. 90% of the food that I put inside my body is plant-based. It's not fast food. It's not greasy food. Yes, I go to supermarkets. Yes, I shop out. But it's all plant-based stuff, and very little of it, of any, is processed. I have some treats, but even the treats, are relatively healthy. Okay, relatively. So, and with regards to your mind, stress levels. Okay, stress is a huge part that overwhelms the mind and puts you in a unhealthy situation and can cause you to just spiral. The other 2 things on the top 3 lessons I've learned in life will also play into helping with your mental health. There's some part of mental health that you can't control. It's DNA. Certain people are wired a certain way. But what you can help with your mental health is, one, what you eat. What you eat not only helps your physical body, but it helps your mental well-being, because your cells, your body, is a machine, and what you feed your body plays a part not just in your physical arms and legs and your strength, but also in your mental wiring, in your mental capacity, in how your brain processes things, etc. So, I want to say that. And also, back to your body, remember to take walks throughout the day, and light physical workout. 80% of your physical body is nutrition, what you eat, how much you eat. And then soul. This is on the number one thing I've learned in life: self-care, mind, body, and soul. Soul, the very beginning of my journey of getting my life together started with building up my spiritual foundation, because I needed confidence. I needed a level of peace to separate from friends, to separate from a mindset, to have a foundation to build on. And, I was brought up Catholic. I searched different denominations. And belief is in God and in Jesus Christ, but I am not against any religion, or any person that's atheist. I'm not against anyone. I'm sharing, for me, however you decide to define your spiritual journey, you're going to need to define it some way, because spirituality is a part of a human being. And if you neglect that part of the mind, body, and you forget about the soul, you're going to have a void, in my opinion, a void in your self-care. Because you need all 3 working together to have a complete self-wellness, self-care. That's mind, body, and soul. So seek spirituality, not religion, not extremism. There's going to be times along your journey you're going to get tempted to go maybe a little bit too far in your faith, but bring it balanced. Avoid extremism, but seek a well-rounded, healthy, spiritual place that brings you a level of peace. The second lesson I've learned in life is live below your means. Living below your means will allow you to be yourself. When you're living above your means or at your means, you're going to compromise at times your integrity, and it's going to affect your decision-making process, and it's going to stress you out. And like I said, these all kind of tie together. When you're stressed out, your mental health is poor, and your physical health, and it's all a spiral. And when you're living above your means, you're going to make unethical decisions. You're going to have more pressure to make unethical decisions, because financially you're stressed out. and then that'll affect your soul. These are all tied together. Live below your means. And if you work, you have to work. You have to have income. You can have zero expenses, but it costs to feed yourself. You have to have some income. You can have zero expenses, but you have to feed yourself. That costs money. You have to have some income. Work, investments, something. But even to get to investments, look, unless you inherited something, you got to work to get that. Okay? Business, anything. Live below your means, less stress, better quality of life, more options, more options. Live below your means, you have more options in life, and you live a better quality life. The final lesson I've learned in life is quality relationships. Unhealthy, unequal relationships will hurt you mentally and in every other way, physically and financially. Unhealthy relationships will hurt you in every way. Doesn't matter if that relationship is with a family member, lover, co-worker, whatever. You have to learn, and it starts with yourself. That's why self-care has got to be number one. You have to learn that in life, you set the tone and you decide what type of relationships you're going to keep in your life. You have a right to X out a family member, whether it's your parent, sibling, cousin, whoever. You have a right to, as an adult, you have a right to totally remove them from your life. You're an adult, okay? As an adult, you have a right. You're going to have to cut out people that you're attracted to, but they don't like you as much as you like them. In the workplace, if you're taking care of yourself, you're doing self-care, and if you're living below your means, you should be a quality worker because you have less stress. And when you have that level of endurance and extra capacity, you can deal with more at work, and you're a positive influence, but also, you can also, when things go too far, you don't have to allow unhealthy relationships to continue at work. Either you go seek another job or you know how to deal with them. But you're not going to know how to deal with issues at work if you're not taking care of yourself well and if you're living above your means. You can't say, look, you can have a horrible job with people that treat you bad, but if you're living above your means and you ain't taking care of yourself, you don't have any options. You don't have any options. You have to stay in that unhealthy job. And you have to stay in that unhealthy relationship, and then your whole self-care is unhealthy. It's all three are connected. All these three lessons, top 3 lessons. Self-care, that means mind, body, and soul. Number 2, live below your means. And number 3, have quality relationships and totally remove any unhealthy relationship in your life. How do you determine if it's an unhealthy relationship? However you want. It's your life. You're not the judicial system. You don't have to make what other people feel a fair ruling. You can be unfair. You can't hurt anyone, but you can remove somebody from your life, even if they feel it's unfair. Doesn't matter. It's your life, okay? You can't hurt them, but you can remove them from your life. That's what I've learned.